Well, hopefully. What's going on there, bruv? I think I fixed the bit right, maybe? I'm about to take the case. What the fuck is going on with my... Okay. Bro, my PC sounds like a fucking jet engine for some reason, man. Like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my other friend with 4 inch direct reactors. Hopefully, that'll dissipate some of the heat inside it. Alright, it's calm, boys. Is the quality decent? I won't know until I start playing, I think. Hello. Okay. What? Oh, one long. Yeah, I think the stream's alright. I gotta put on. Last one. Interesting. Why is half the team equal and half the team not? Oh, that's quite equal. Oh, I'm lagging. What's going on? Alright, I'm bro. What was happening is I pressed D and then I unpressed it, but it kept pressing D. Wait a minute. Okay. Alright. I think I fixed it. Ah, one monster. Don't worry, boys, we got this. What do you mean, GG? We never came back from 3-0. Oh, why didn't I think of that? Oh, nice shot. close the window, it's getting a bit chilly. Actually, where am I? Okay. Don't worry about it, boys. Oh my god, I can't believe I missed that. I'm so shit. I'm looking. Miss a shot. Okay, I'm not gonna push that smoke. I wonder if there's gonna be someone pushing behind me. Oh, heaven. Heaven and con. Smoke. Nice. Oh. Why are you mad, bro? I won't lag. Oh, what monster. I got a bit unlucky there. Yes. Thanks. Alright. Okay. Nice. Why you mad, nerd? Oh, I didn't get any smokes. I didn't get any flashes. Okay, alright, there's one monster. Nice.
I'm gay, sorry.
You okay? Alright. Let's go. Don't worry, boys. Maybe James Bond in it. But I'll get on the scoreboard one day. If I just believe. Long? Nice. Alright, we got the frag on long. Alright, let's push A. I told you I'd get on the scoreboard one day. Okay. Sorted. Why you mad, bro? Haven't done. Cap. Oh, still cap. That was a bit of a shit place plant position, I can't lie. Heaven. Last heaven. Where's it got time? Well played.
Wow.
I've already gone up. Oh. What? What do you mean input automation? I didn't do any input automation. What's going on here, lads? That's gay. I'm just streaming, bruv. How do I... Hey Google, how do I turn off the Corsair input thing in...
On the website voxel.co.uk, they say, long press X to switch the system on. Automatic switch off if the infotainment system has been switched on by pressing X while the ignition is switched off.
No, hey Google. Basically, I've got a Corsair keyboard, right? And the A and D keys are lit up, right? And this obviously means that it's in some sort of mode. How... Alright. Oh, fucking hell. Let me go on Google. Firefox. Corsair. A and D keys. Yellow. FN and right shift. Okay, I think that's what happened. Alright, sweet.
I can drop one more.
Okay. Barrel. Oh. He got me there. I'm gonna close this window, it's really chilly. Oh. Ugh. Hey Google, is there a way that I can stream on TikTok via OBS?
On the website oxford.com, they say, add TikTok as a custom service. Open OBS, then go to settings screen. Select custom streaming server. Paste the stream URL and stream key, which you have copied from TikTok.
Oh, I can, but... Okay. Alright, I'll do it after this game. I feel like Elon Musk. Alright. Okay. No. Alright, blue stay. Blue stay. Oh, never mind. We've seen bomb. Oh my god, I missed. Ah! Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, right. Remember, guys, always buy a P250. Remember, in Call of Duty, in the campaign, it's like, it's always faster to switch to your pistol than reloading. Alright, leave Mason out of this. I don't know why we all rotated. Alright, alright. One long. Okay. Alright, two long. It's A, I think. One's mid. One mid, two long. One side. Nice. Is that you in the profile picture? No, I was just thinking you might need a bit of water. Alright, I'm just gonna peek mid. So don't block me and don't smoke it. Please. Thank you very much. Oh, it's B. Is it B? I think it's B. Oh, I missed. Ah, I missed again, fuck. I got him. One short. Short. He's tagged. Nade him. Shit. Alright, I'm gonna go.
We have bomb.
Oh, you got bomb, is it? Right, he's definitely like 10 health. Nice.
Take OP.
It's no time. Hmm. Oh. We like to move it. We like. I'm from the England. Oh, you really brighten up my day. Yeah. Oh, fuck off! Did I get that? I was completely blind. And why is this fucking? Oh, one's party, 10 HP. That was pretty sick shot. What's this? What's this video that Warhounds just posted? Best update in CS history.
It's with great pleasure to inform you that we are so back. The longest beta test in the history of Counter-Strike is over. The Graph 2 update is live in CS2. You can try it out right now. Along with one of the funniest glitches in Counter-Strike history. They just couldn't take the win, could they? Greetings, hi, the War Owl greets.
Right. I'll watch that. I'll watch that on content. That looks pretty cool. Oh. Playground on. Playground 2. They're pushing on. One toilet.
I think it's finally time to call this Counter-Strike 2 1.0. Graph 2 leaving beta feels like Counter-Strike 2 just left beta. The limited test turned into an unlimited test, but the nightmare is finally over. I want to be very clear about what this is, because in my
Alright, this guy's weird. I don't know how you rotate to be.
Molly by the way.
On site.
One shot for sure.
Has everyone got a fucking ult, bruv? Oh, sorry. Damn. That's crazy. Bruh. What is that view model? He stopped the plant, you heard him step. Nice try, nice try. Ace! You think I give a fuck? Cause I don't give a fuck. What are you talking about? I know. I double zoomed in. That's a massive mistake. Now I can't make any noise. We've got bomb?
I will up you.
Yeah, bomb's a monster.
Come to daddy.
Alright, this guy's so weird, bruv.
I strike.
Where? Where you at, bro? I don't know. I need to start learning all the fucking languages. Because every time someone speaks another language, I just get really confused. Or I think they're talking about me or some shit. That's... Oh. Oh! B? Bruh. I don't know who just killed me. There's sea monster. Okay. Short. Short dead.
Short last?
Nah, I think the short's dead. Monster last, maybe? We've got bomb.
Yeah, we got bomb here.
Nah, he's definitely not AFK. Oh, heaven. Nice. How the film make a million in a minute? Oh yeah, I was gonna watch this.
Last video about Animgraph 2, some people in the comments did not understand. These are not animation tweaks. The entire system that handles animations and how animation information is sent over the internet has been completely remade from the ground up. They also have created new animations for every single animation in the game. That's a lot of work. This optimization dramatically reduces the amount of data that needs to be sent between the server and client. What this means for you is that networking is going to be much more efficient. The server will require a lot less processing per tick, and your client will require less processing. That means higher FPS, better netcode, and better server performance. The game just plays better in every respect. This is backed up by every single stress test that has been done by a lot of different people. There are consistent performance increases across the board, most significantly in the 1% lows on subpar systems. I will translate this to make it understandable for people on Twitter. Bad computer no poop itself. The new animations themselves are fantastic. I want you to look closely at the difference here. Counter strafing is now clearly readable. The enemy player leans in the direction it intends to move. There's an old myth about the construction of the Taj Mahal. It's said that the structure is so beautiful that Shah Jahan
Bro. Bro, Nuke is literally the best map.
Yeah.
It's the only map where you have no idea what site it's planted on. And you can hit everyone all of the time.
Why are you so excited?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm not.
Nuke, 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 Iran. Nuke, nuke. What?
Did you take some kind of stimulant?
Bro sounds like he's on his deathbed. What? We did alright there, bro.
One main, one heaven.
Oh, okay. I'm good apparently. 5-7. Why does he buy a 5? Oh, heaven. Please be quiet. Thank you. See, everyone's brain is like a computer, right? You can't be focused on a crosshair while somebody's trying to talk to you. Do you know what I mean?
I don't get what you mean. Not at all.
So basically, if you go blue, blue, or some shit,
Your
and then
mic is fucked.
is it?
It's kind of fucked. It's
What
like
do you mean it's
something
fucked? Is there something wrong with my mic? I don't think there is. It might be to the. Oh fuck knows.
Hey, it's pretty clear. Maybe,
Oh shit! They're pushing outside.
Are you good?
One more red.
B1. I heard door. Yeah. Two guys coming.
My man, bro.
Sorry for the little
Mm,
Your mic is more energy, passion.
It's better now.
Yeah, it's much nicer.
hey, what's wrong with my mic?
Stuttering.
No, it's good. Your
It's,
mic is
I
fine
lose
for me.
context,
I mean, I'm literally streaming, and I literally played my mic back, and it is completely fine. So
Literally outside.
you're just trying to gaslight me.
Game. Different programs use mic.
One outside of it.
Heaven one. One's on top of the hut. Behind that vent. We saw him. Nice try. We got unlucky. Oh. Okay. Right, this guy's insane, bruv. How many hours you got? I haven't got that many hours.
How you 9k man?
Hmm.
Kuro, you play good. And like I think the other guy in their team, without trying,
Right.
actually
Purple. Purple. Purple.
20,000
Purple.
solo.
Purple. Oh, no mic. How have you got a 20% win rate on Mirage? Purple's got a 20% win rate on Mirage.
I mean, we.
Out of 10 games, he loses 8 of them on Mirage, apparently. What the fuck?
That's correct. I mean, someone has to, right?
Where? This guy's trolling me.
Public service. Behind me.
Secrets.
What?
Oh my god.
Bro. That was a bit sus.
Let's rush it up, okay, okay?
Alright. What's his inventory like? Okay, he's not cheating.
I will smoke.
Fuck, I have an cheater to control the mess.
Nah, he's not cheating, he's not cheating.
Go, go B.
Next two run.
Oh shit.
Nice
Sorry, I
try.
didn't hear him. They said something.
Now basically I've got ADHD, and that basically means that like
I do too.
Don't
Yeah.
trust, bro. All I also have.
I need to hype.
Talent.
Yeah. Where you are, Hazu? What are you talking about?
Has to be okay, follow me. With push.
What are you talking about? Oh. Oh shit. Oh, how did I miss that? Oh, please just fucking beat me. Oh my god.
I saw that.
Oh, I can't believe I just... Alright. Alright, let me... Nah, chill squad, chill squad. It's calm. Mm. Mm.
97 and 6.
Mm.
Nice.
What? 90s? Nah.
97 and 6 I did.
Unlucky. Okay, how was that? Okay.
Outside. Okay.
Come up here, come up here.
Got it. Nice.
Last secret.
Oh, what? Oh, he's pushed out. He's red. What are you talking about? I'm just gonna go get a drink back in a minute.
Oh, nice try. I need to focus more. Somehow.
Don't worry, lads, I'm back. I don't know where I'm gonna put my drink though. I'll have to put it there for now. Yeah. Oh. Alright, I'm back, boys.
Oh my god, this guy is insane.
Two ops outside.
Hmm. Oh, what? I just got unlucky. Bro was too busy admiring his gun. What's this
Lying to
war
the
guy saying?
architects who created it, so that nothing else of its beauty could ever be made. Again, this was a real tweet from Valve. Animgraph 2 is now live, unlike our animators who are now dead. No greater animation system can now ever be created. Valve made sure of that.
Oh my god.
Change to how counters.
Alright, hold on. I need a couple rounds where I'm just muting everyone. Just. Otherwise. Yeah. This guy doesn't even talk.
Strike functions is dynamic player height. The player camera now moves smoothly as you run around the map. It doesn't jerk up and down with every bump. This is also reflected in the third-person animations. There are so many places where the model now doesn't jerk up and down crazily. Everything is smooth and consistent. Over the past month, this has been my favorite part of the update. The gameplay is so much smoother. What all of this combined fixes are the problems with player feedback that had plagued CS2 from the beginning. It was hard to tell what the enemy was doing, and as a result, it became impossible to know where to aim to predict their movements. It felt like players were flying around the corner and one-tapping you without counter-strafing. This made it difficult to hold angles and deal with wide-swinging players. The game was not readable. This has all been...
Oh, they're playing quite aggressive. I'll just wait. Interesting. Oh. Oh. What's this going to do?
Fixed. You can hold angles, you can op, and you can intuitively predict enemy movements when engaging in an aim duel. Ah, it feels so good, man. It feels so good. As somebody who has...
Oh, I got lucky there.
Tens of thousands of hours playing this game, I can tell you, my experience, all of it, it feels so good. Throughout the beta, which went for a long time, it went from April Fool's Day
Yeah, it does
all the way
feel a
to
bit.
420. Valve made a lot of changes based upon player feedback. Pretty much all of the complaints I had in my last video have been addressed, including the odd head movements that resulted in players missing headshots because the enemy was leaning in a weird way. They talk about his one-taps. Ex-pro CS player Scream wrote, OMG, it feels like CSGO, actually. People don't move as much when they shoot. One-taps might be back. Is it time to grant clemency to those who left us for Valorant all those years ago? I am a...
Wait a minute. There's a level 4. Fuck off, is level 4. To be fair, I might just be having a good game. One's mini. In smoke with all. Hopefully that tilted him.
Gracious Overlord, I'm willing to forgive. You guys are welcome back to Counter-Strike.
What's this guy? What's
Now, the
this?
autopsy results in the David case, spelled D4VD, have finally been released. And with this information now out, we're getting a much clearer picture of what happened to 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. This is a report that up until now had not been made public. Authorities were holding back those details, while the medical examiner's office was pushing for its release. Now it's out not just to the public, but to the family as well. And from what we know, they're learning a lot of this information at the same time as the rest of the world. Before I continue, I do want to say this video contains details that may be difficult to hear. If you're sensitive to that or have children around, this might not be the video to watch right now. But I'm going to go through this report very...
I've actively followed the David case since the information started breaking 7 months ago, and I want to give you the latest update on it. So 2 days ago, most of you know, David was arrested following a lengthy investigation, but he wasn't immediately charged. He was held without bail, but they didn't announce any charges at the time. Today that has changed. They have announced the charges here, and if found guilty, they could carry a maximum penalty of life in prison or even the death penalty.
These charges include the most serious charges.
Oh, it's B,
that
bruv. We just got pranked.
First-degree murder with special circumstances. The special circumstances being lying in wait, committing this crime for financial gain, or murdering a witness in an investigation. These special circumstances carry with them, along with the first-degree murder charge, a maximum sentence of life without the possibility.
You got a kit. You got a kit.
Or the death penalty.
Anyone who's followed this case even loosely probably isn't surprised to hear.
Oh, you could have stuck it.
The evidence
That's right.
has been overwhelming. He hasn't been found guilty yet, but I gotta tell you, I think even Saul Goodman would struggle handling a case like this. And these aren't the only charges he's facing. There's also additional charges as well.
Before I get into the actual charges, and there are additional charges against Mr. Burke, including continuous sexual acts, lewd and lascivious sexual acts with an individual under 14 years old, and mutilating a human remains of a body.
What?
This case is about as disgusting as it gets. And again, it did take a while getting here, but I imagine the fact that they have now arrested and brought these charges forth means that they have sufficient evidence to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt.
He literally just been sponsored by Fortnite as well. How do I fuck that up?
By the way, right there at your fingertips. And even still, and I know I mentioned this in the last video, but I just can't get over just how...
Alright, they're going B. Alright, everyone go B. Now.
I'm talking about David drones that are constantly fighting tooth and nail, trying to proclaim his innocence, saying that this is all a frame job and he's been set up. Which is crazy to me, because no matter how you spin this, there is irrefutable evidence to confirm that at the very least, David was in a relationship with a child. And these dummies for David, this movement here, likes to plug their ears to that fact and just dodge it. But it's like trying to dodge the rain. It's impossible to look at because it is fucking vile. And it is not based on circumstantial evidence, which is the word they love to use in regards to this case of defending David. That is proof that he was dating Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a child. And according to authorities, his motive for her murder was to protect his
shit.
She had apparently threatened to report their
That's
sexual
calm.
relationship. She was reported missing by her family in 2024 when she was 13. And according to the allegation in a criminal complaint, the singer engaged in continuous sexual abuse of her for at least a year from September 2023.
Wait, who's David? I can't remember who David is again. Bro. Why? Wait, I'm glad that he got arrested. But like, what about Trump? He's like, do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that he. Well, Trump should be arrested as well. Oh, fuck. Oh, my days, brave. Oh. Okay.
September 2024. And then when she was 14, they believe she was killed with a sharp object.
Alright, let's go back to this war out
Now, the autopsy
video.
results in the David.
That might be something.
Breaking news! As I'm editing this video, Valve has released yet another update. They dramatically reduced the screen shake with recoil to feel more like CSGO in their own words. Guys, I need a bigger fridge. I can't store all of this.
Hey
When I first
Google,
tested this and
light
just
off.
saw the difference, I felt a pang of emotion. Maybe the first emotion I felt in over a decade. It was the same feeling I used to get waking up on Christmas morning and rushing to open loot crates. Only this time it was mixed with a sharp twinge of sadness, both nostalgia for when I was capable of experiencing hope and bitter resentment for the fact that this wasn't in the game on release. What a small, obvious change to make that just instantly fixes the gameplay. In Counter-Strike, when
Only Pixel.
There was a CS update 2 days ago.
I like this guy.
Changed the game forever. I will quickly show you what has happened, okay? Something that was on the beta, by the way, look at this thumbnail. They changed their banner to what a lot of people believe to be the floor of
Yeah, it's cash.
AKA we may be getting cash very soon. There was a guy who said that they did this before for another map, for the Overpass rework, and it took them 2 weeks after they changed the banner to actually release the map. Boys and girls, in a week or two, we may be having cash.
Yes, boys.
Time, bro. That is actually massive news for the unemployed. Also, who has played on the new update yet? Type 1 if you have. I've heard so many mixed opinions. Most of them are absolutely absolutely incredible. Boys and girls, there's so many people right now that are telling me
No, my days.
feels like CSGO.
It does, to be fair.
And we all know how well CSGO felt. The hit registration when you shoot a headshot, it actually registers instantly, bro. My skill in CS2 has went down. Why? Because the game became a lot more noob friendly. I'm not a noob, bro. People like Nico and I, we all got nerfed with the CS2 release. Now, CS2 has released an update which makes the game potentially feel like CSGO again. And it was this update right here. Animgraph 2. What does this mean? This is a whole animation overhaul, which means all the animations are now different. There's no more wiggling like we had at CS2, yeah? Way less. I'll quickly go to a deathmatch server. Examples, join me real fast. I just ask randoms. We are the CS community, bro. I'll just ask the randoms, yo, can you quickly show me like the new movement, guys? Here we go. Surely no bots? Of course not. Let's see. Alright, chat. I will quickly just show you. Look at the guys walking. This is CSGO again. Boom. You see my connections?
Yeah.
Chat, it's much nicer to hit your shots now. It's like CSGO again.
It is. I don't know. No, do the flashbang. Get out of my way, bruv. Oh, I fucked up. Okay. Nice. Oh, that's sneaky. What was he on about?
Bro, and we all know what it felt like to hit a nice crispy little headshot in CSGO, bro. Check this out. Bang. Yo, guys, I want to check out Animgraph 2. Some people are saying that it feels like CSGO again, and I want to dig to the bottom of that. Please come to T.
Hey, lobby. Oh, one's ramp. Pushing ramp one. Whip bomb. Molly it.
Silos. Cool.
to test this out real quick. Let's check. Come out, come to city spawn, please. I'm trying to show my community on Graph 2. Please come to city spawn, bro. And don't kill. I'm standing there with the deagle at the water.
Okay. Don't worry about it, boys. We got this. Easy game. Easy game. I think they're scared. They should be. Hey, Lobby. He's going around. Nice. We're getting stuck right into them. Oh, a fishing ramp. One's tagged. It's gonna be B. Ladder room. One stay. Oh, nice. I think they're going B, boys. Oh, shit. GG.
Come to city spawn. Okay. Guys, someone come to city spawn, please, and not kill.
Is this... Bruh.
That's Oni,
Yeah,
bro.
show the animations, bro. Look at this, chat. Look at this. The hat, it bounces way less. People are saying it feels like CS2 again. Look at the knife that he's holding. Oh my god.
I feel like I'm listening to a
Right.
video, bro.
Hold on. I'm putting it on 1 speed.
And not kill.
Is this... Bruh.
That's Oni,
Yeah,
bro.
show the animations, bro.
Oni.
Look at this, chat. Look at this. The hat, it bounces way less. People are saying it feels like CS2 again. Look at the knife that he's holding. Oh
Let me see this game.
I feel like I'm listening to a video, bro.
Guys, come to CT spawn. Come to CT spawn. We're trying to show an improv, bro. Boys and girls, the animations are screen. Just walk in the water. You're walking great. Thank you so much, guys.
Relax.
Look at these animations, bro. Yeah. Guys, this is great. How do you think the update feels so far? You have played. How is it?
It's clean.
It's pretty good.
Are your shots crispier? Does it feel like CSGO again?
Somewhat.
I've not played CSGO, so they're coming.
What? That's crazy.
Not
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Not
500 hours, bro. 500 hours.
Guys, check this out.
Hello, bro.
Hello.
Hello, bro.
Hello, D.
How's your day been?
Dog shit. My cat got raped.
What? Is it okay?
No, he's a bloody man.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, you can always get another one.
Yeah, I had my dick hurts, bro.
Oh. Wait, what happened to it?
Let's go outside.
Did you accidentally stick it in the blender again?
No, I didn't.
Two main.
Oh, alright, there's one garage, one mini. Nice try, nice try.
I'm rushing fucking ramp now.
Oh, we got an eco there.
Worry about me.
What are you talking about?
I'm fucking rushing that.
You fucking Drago. There's no one here, bro. Oh, apparently there is someone there. Squeak.
That's why I wanted you to quit playing.
Oh, sorry, bro. Oh shit, I was gonna...
Ideas?
I got an idea.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna smoke all of outside.
Yeah.
What is it?
You literally read my mind, I can't lie to you. You just smoke outside, then rush secret, and we'll plan B. I'll smoke, garage.
No, the fucking nade, he's close.
One blue. Blue dead.
Oh, he mollied us. Give us a second.
No.
I'm gonna quick plant.
Where? Alright. Last radio. Right, fuck.
Railing.
Are you American? Nice. Wait. How if you... Oi. American.
Who's American?
You.
No, we're from Canada.
No, not me, bro.
What do you mean?
Oh no, I get.
Wait, you're in Canada?
Well, from Canada, but we're in Germany.
Ah. I was gonna say that, like, there's no way that you're getting fucking 20 ping if you're in an EU server.
Yeah, we're just here for work.
But my question would be, if I was American, why would that change it?
Because there's these cables. Oh, one's mini. I love Canada. I don't like Canadian ham though.
I miss it, bro.
You try poutine?
I miss my Canadian black water.
What are you talking about? Alright, German food is disgusting, I can't lie to you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that shit's ass.
Alright, do you know what you should do? You should go to fucking Britain. And you should try some good old fish and chips and roast dinner. That is like, do you know what I mean?
Always wanted to try some of you guys' peas and mash.
I've been to
Nah.
the UK.
He rushed to the fucking window, or the ladder.
He's in the smoke fountain.
Bro's just
Closer by, more by Rihanna.
Bro just vaped way too much. Nah. Oi nah.
Everyone's in hood.
Well, not that guy. Oh. So, well, how long is your wait at the emergency room?
For where? Germany or Canada?
Canada.
Shit, I haven't been yet. You know, I'm kind of helping.
What do you mean? Are you sure you're not German? Oh my god, how many times am I gonna miss this jump? Oh, fuck this. What? Okay, I give up. Oh, one's pushed outside. I can't believe I missed that skill jump 3 times in a row. I was just tilted that I missed the skill jump 3 times in a row.
Okay? I will quickly try to tap from headshot to headshot to headshot, okay? I will kill you. Sorry. But check this out, bro. I just want to show real quick how clean. See? I will quickly show these guys how clean my flicks are now. Check this out. 3, 2, 1. Booyah!
Hey, where are you?
Boys
To be
and
fair.
girls.
Don't worry, boys. As long as we keep up our good spirits, then eventually I'll get an MVP, and then they'll completely tilt them.
I say we rush secret again with those smokes. They can't handle it.
Alright, I'm a smoke garage. Alright, just rush. Where is he? Oh, don't worry guys, I drew a perfect outline of him, so that way I can identify him later on. Oh, that was supposed to be a joke. I just rage baited you. Alright, fine, we'll rush ramp. Alright. I got him. Wait, where are you planted? Hey.
On B.
Oh shit, alright, I'm coming.
I did say rush ramp.
In secret. One vent.
Mm-hmm.
One AVP.
Ah!
We're dead, dude.
Yeah.
We're dead.
Nice, nice.
Thanks. It's the cheapest butterfly knife that doesn't look like absolute arse.
Nate and Smoke rush Squeaky, and we smoke off Mini, and we take control of site. Fast plan.
Alright, I didn't hear a word of that.
Someone can rush out HUD if they want to. You have
Oh.
bomb, Blue. You have bomb.
Oh, Fez. See, I like Canadians. They don't put me into fight or flight when I make mistakes. Alright, I smoked off heaven. There might be one mini.
Everyone get an angle. We can hold.
Mini. Mini dead.
Heaven one. There's a op.
Ah. Oh. Alright, just died.
Mini. Ops.
Run, dude.
Oh, there's no way I was gonna survive anyway. I just wanted to make sure he didn't get it. See? And I got the MVP as well, so now they're tilted as fuck.
Very nice, very nice.
You gotta play their mind games.
Ramp rush, I guess? Fuck, dude, I don't know.
Wait, isn't that the same thing we've done the last 3 rounds? Maybe we should rush secret.
We just planted A.
One garage.
Alright, plan. I got
Oh, garage. Don't peek him.
Heaven.
Heaven and garage.
You think he went down?
Mini. Post plants. Just hide. Wait for diffuse sound. Nice shot. Last is CT.
No, you're nasty, fam.
CT. Hey, I've got this theory. Basically, in therapy, there's this thing where... Yes, please. Alright, so basically, in therapy, one of the ways that you can, like, calm down is if you expose yourself to cold temperatures. And in Canada, it's cold all of the time, right? So maybe that's why they're nice all the time. It's because they can't be mad. Oh my days, I'm just too good. That's what it is. But yeah, that is it's a dialectical behavioral therapy skill. It's where you expose yourself to cold temperatures.
Here you go, purple. You went up again.
So if you live in a cold country like Canada... Wait, it's cold all the time in Canada, right?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cold, let me tell you. Part.
Yeah, Cortisol's pretty fucking low out there.
Yeah. Wait a minute, isn't...
You're the best.
So the top 10 happiest countries are also the coldest.
Purple below you.
Where is he?
Ramp. On railing. We.
You went to double.
What? Where's bomb?
Single.
Oh, if only I wasn't 1 health.
NTN.
Wait a minute. Does Live Studio give me my stream key or no? Oh, I can't be bothered. They're gonna beam.
Take your rifle, get ready.
Alright, I'm ready. Double. Oh, on spot. It's B.
We are so back, guys. Thank you for the.
Oh, I forgot about my water.
Alright, where's everyone going to hold?
I'll go outside. Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
Silo. One on top of mini. One in the red. Mini in red. Red. On top of mini. On top of mini. Nice try, nice try. Unlucky. Okay. I think I got right. Free AK. Oh, there's a Russian ramp.
All ramp.
Well played, well played. So I want this AK. Hmm. Huh? Ramp. We got this. Our queen may be dead, but we still live on. Or some shit. Right, guys?
What's up, bro? Sorry.
I said our queen may be dead, but we still live on. Because we got the same queen, bruv. We did. Oh, too red. Too red. You're not Canadian. What are you lying for? You just said you were Canadian.
Nah, you got me, bro. I can't hold secrets against you, man.
Yeah, you got that Kantian ethics.
I'm very ethical. I just can't be outed.
A sleeper cell. Oh, one red. Pushing outside too. Right. Room, go B. Yellow, go B. They've gone secret. Oh. One squeak. Vent. Yes, beam. Nice. Nice try. How do I turn off the Oh, that's a bit late. Alright. Don't worry, boys. Show them who we are. Oh, bombs down silo. Easy. Who wants an M4? Yo, Green, take this M4.
Nah, trust.
No, take the M4, bro. Alright, someone take it, someone take it. Alright. One outside. Outside. Oh, red. Last red. You heard him. Nice try, nice try. You almost had it. Well played though. Can you drop me a scout? Scout. Alright, thanks. There's an AWP silo. They went secret, I think.
Trying to baseline.
Alright. Nice.
Double, dude. Fuck.
Nice. Oh. Alright, got this. Does anyone want to drop?
Oh, please.
What do you want?
A4 if you have.
Don't forget to buy P250s. Where? One red. Red dead.
I got hut and squeaky.
Squeak. Oh, lobby. I like that. Nice. Can I have the AK?
Yeah, bro. I dropped it.
Cheers, bro. Oh,
Cheers. Let's fucking win this one.
easy. Oh. A lobby. Bombs A lobby. Ramp. Okay.
One silo.
Hmm. There's definitely one side there. One red with bomb. Ah, shit. You gonna give a fuck? Cause I don't give a fuck. Oh. Alright. You sure? Oh. Mini. Mini dead. Debbie. Oh, what? One ace site. Could there be? Okay.
Sight guy weak.
Oh, I didn't get my ult back. Oh, that's right. I'll raise it again soon. Alright. What? Oh. Hey, lobby. One squeak. Bomb down. One more squeak. Bomb. One outside. One vent. Squeak. Hard shift. Nice try. Oh, unlucky. Jeez. One red.
Top hut.
Shit. Oh. Air armor shrimp. No stop. Bleed. Easy game.
There's a guy on that holds it.
Yeah, it's right. One tapping. Nice. Oh, one more. Door. Playtime. Well played. That was close. Oh. I fumbled the spray transfer.
Island trip, bro. Do the fucking squeaky rush. I'll smoke off thing. We just try to hold site best we can.
Alright, I'll need door.
GG's.
GG. Wow. That was a pretty sick game, I can't lie. I ain't mad, nerd. I'm definitely adding those guys. Why mad, nerd? Alright. What the hell is this? Schoolfellas. I feel like you don't move.
Hi guys. Привет, bro. I love you.
No, you don't.
I go long.
Papa, where you from?
From Russia.
Nice, bro. Maybe we do.
Oh, long too. Long. Insane.
Yes, yes. Last long. Nice.
Louis Theroux just made a documentary about the Manosphere. It is...
No, why is it muted? The fuck is the Manosphere? Hold on a minute. Interesting. Alright, hold on. I'm actually very intrigued about this Manosphere thing. I know I'm mid-game, but like... It's like playing in the background. Bro. Why are you mad, dude?
Let me get connected.
Wait, I could play it in the web browser. And...
Even I'll probably die.
When the sofa's calling.
What do you mean when the sofa's calling? Oh shit. Ah, one ramp.
He got access. He got the on through himself. Louis Theroux just made a documentary about the Manosphere. It is, by the standards of the genre, a good. He got access. He got the influences to talk. He sat across from Myron Gaines, Sneaker, HF's Tiki Toki, Justin Waller, and Ed Matthews. And let them perform themselves into absurdity.
People ask me why Miami, and I tell them because if it was 120 years ago, I'd be on a horse on the way to California to dig for gold. It's in me. I love it.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay, it just fucking completely blinded me.
Men are dangerous. These men are, and this is the screwed up, pathetic. And the consensus is not wrong, but it is incomplete. Because here is what nobody seems to be asking. If the manosphere is so transparently ridiculous, if these men are so obviously fraudulent,
I'm doing it for money. I don't care about morality. I'm not living for other people. I'm living for myself.
then why is it bigger than
Ram.
Why are millions of young men not just
Maybe long you say.
but organising their lives around it? Because the answer has almost nothing to do with the influences. These men were drowning long before anyone offered to sell them a life raft. And what we're about to walk through, the data, the pipeline, the 9 minutes it takes an algorithm to radicalize a child, the 29-point political swing that nobody saw coming, and the 2 words from a breathing young man that should have been...
He was not expecting that.
None of it starts with an take. It starts with a question nobody thought to ask. So, Theroux's film does what Theroux always does. He gets the subjects to reveal themselves, and they do. They never stop performing. Every sentence is a
I can watch.
gesture is branded.
That's sick.
Every movement
Alright.
is curated for the invisible audience behind the lens.
That car is not success. I do want to say that. That car, fuck that car. I might be an asshole in some areas, or people might not agree with some views I have, but I'm not so foolish to believe that's success. Well, maybe we. So let's don't make just
Justin Waller brags about his one-way
Oh.
while his wife,
One ramp.
with their
Oh.
third child, describes her role as staying in her lane.
We don't cross into each other's lane.
Myron Gaines tells Theroux that he loves women and actually understands them and therefore knows what's best for them. Sneeko delivers an unprompted rant about the Rothschilds and Satanism outside of a New York bodega.
Do you think Satanists are running the world?
Absolutely.
Harrison Sullivan, HS Ticky Tocky, calls his female friend his dishwasher, says that he'd disown a gay son, and then admits his mother would be disappointed. When Theroux meets that mother, she initially pushes back against her son's views before...
Let me get one thing clear, right? The definition of feminism is not bad. But the thing is, right, is that there's this 4th wave feminist movement that is basically making it so, like, they basically want women to have more rights than men, which I don't agree with. But I agree with the concept of feminism, which is equality. So, I should be 4th. Wait, hold on a minute. 4th wave feminism. Reddit.
Is Monster 1 up?
Can save him.
No. I do think it's gone a little bit too far. I think
Sell your M4. Sell. Oh yes. So I can drop
radical feminism.
Okay.
Hey Google, what is radical feminism?
According to Wikipedia, radical feminism is a perspective within feminism that radical reordering of society, in which male supremacy is eliminated in all social and economic contexts, while recognizing that women's experiences are also affected by other social divisions such as race, class, and sexual orientation.
Yes.
Nah, but radical feminism, it basically says that the whole, everything that's wrong with society, it's men's fault. So I don't understand how that's not sexist towards men.
or turning on Theroux himself, telling him
But-
you've done it just to get a reaction.
Yeah, I don't agree with
That,
this
they are
manosphere
revealing.
shit.
They are, in their own way, devastating. But the most important moment in the documentary isn't one of the influencers or it's one of the followers. You see, Theroux meets a young fan of Wallace whose brother died by suicide. And this young man tells Theroux that he doesn't believe that depression exists. And then he offers a philosophy that he's learned from these men. We are not
Green,
meant
can you drop
to be
me?
happy. As men were meant to suffer. We need to hold that sentence in our minds, because that should have been the documentary. That is the wound. That is a boy who has absorbed from the only men who bothered to speak to him the idea that his pain is not a problem to be solved, but a condition to be endured. That boy is the story, and the documentary moved on. Now, through himself, in an interview promoting the film,
Okay. One's mid. Toilet.
came closer to the real story than the documentary ever did. He observed that the influences were, almost universally, men who had grown up in chaotic or traumatic environments. That what they were doing was, his words, evangelizing an outlook they created as a survival strategy. That the warrior ethos and you against the world mentality was armor built in childhood and never taken off. So he identified the wound. He described the mechanism. And then the documentary didn't follow it. It showed us the armor, it didn't show us what's underneath.
I read quite a bit from the right saying, like, why is he not focusing on Muslim misogyny? That's quite a big thing. Like, and that's the sort of, I guess, almost Elon type framing would be.
Hello.
I'm following a woke agenda.
Speaking of framing, a story that perfectly illustrates this caught my attention recently. Ghislaine Maxwell.
Anyone?
Yeah, I'll have a drop.
Don't know how that guy took so long to walk up long. It was quite funny.
One's like rampage, like 10 health. Oh, one's corn. Right, one playground, one ramp, one corn. Right, what's this manosphere?
Clemency from Trump as she declines to answer questions from lawmakers. The facts are simple, right? Maxwell appeared before Congress, refused to answer questions, and offered to testify about Trump's innocence in exchange for mercy.
I therefore invoke my right to silence under the Fifth Amendment to the US Constitution.
But what different outlets do with those same facts is remarkable. If you want to follow along, head to ground.news/rationality, because the breakdown on this one is fascinating. Ground News shows me that this story has been covered by 370 different sources, 71 leaning left, 61 leaning right, and 131 from the center. If you're unfamiliar, Ground News is a website and app designed to make reading the news easier and every day they motivate.
Meet my new Febreze.
Sleep in my chair. Well played.
The endorsement of rigid masculine ideals, which they describe as declining in modern society. The documentary looked at the sellers. It never seriously examined why there are so many buyers. So, let's do what the documentary didn't. Let's look at the buyers. I can start with myself, because I should have been one of them. I went through foster care. My mother was completely absent and an alcoholic, abusively so. My father worked on the oil rigs. He was there periodically, but for almost all of my childhood, he was gone. His idea of being a father was financial support, not emotional support. And that is the biography of...
Right, what? It's too long.
half the Manosphere's leadership. It is the biography, in some variation, of a significant portion of its audience. The daddy issue isn't a footnote, it is the engine. And the data confirms it beyond my own experience. In 1970, 79% of British children lived with both biological parents during their childhood. Today, that figure has fallen to 50.
I like the freedom I feel outside the...
What's this?
This is a really hard video to make.
I like this guy.
Probably the hardest one I've ever attempted. And that's because I'm going to be arguing against something that literally everyone just seems to naturally, enthusiastically support. Left, right, religious, non-religious. I'm talking about a concept that people treat as a pillar of society. And it even serves as the heart of the world's most popular religions, from Christianity and Islam to Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism. So it feels like I'm about to argue against everyone on Earth, because it seems like everyone just naturally buys into it without question. And I say that's something that's fundamentally immoral. What if, when it comes to guilt and punishment, we have it completely wrong? What if what we mistake as the right thing to do is not only completely and utterly immoral, but also ineffective? And what if our misunderstanding and our primitive lust for punishment is the very reason crime has always been with us for as long as human history?
Alright, he's just... What's this?
With our sprint delivery.
I dropped you M4, bro.
Alright.
Rapid, I dropped you M4.
Oh. Are they going to be... Sure. Alright, first tips.
Hey Jesus, head on down. Israel is back, and they're at war.
About time the Second Coming started. How long has it been, anyway?
Damn near 2,000 years.
Oh, wow. Time flies, huh?
Okay, you got your backpack?
Yep, got it.
You got your lunchbox?
Yeah.
Juice box?
Yep. Strawberry banana fig. My favorite.
Okay. Here's your sword. Don't cut yourself.
I know, Dad. Don't embarrass me on the first day of Armageddon.
All right. Now you get down there and you show them how it's done, son.
Yes, sir.
Well, that was fast.
It blew me up.
Okay, maybe they're not quite ready.
Alright, let's...
Yeah, we'll give them a few more years. Hey, Jesus, they're at war again.
Okay, I'm ready this time.
Juice box?
Check.
Sword?
Check.
And how will you avoid being killed again?
Serpentine.
You know I don't like that word.
Zigzag. Right.
Now get down there.
Hmm, he found him. Food connector. Oh.
Begin.
Well, that was all very interesting. Ask yourselves, what is wrong with spending eternity in hell? Well, I'm told it's rather hot there, for one. Dr. Craig is not offering an alternative view of morality.
Okay, the whole point of Christianity, or so it is imagined, is to safeguard the eternal well-being of human souls. Now, happily, there's absolutely no evidence that Christian hell exists. Okay, and I think we should look at the consequences of believing in this framework, this theistic framework, in this world, and what these moral underpinnings actually would be. All right. 9 million children die every year before they reach the age of 5. Okay, picture an Asian tsunami of the sort we saw in 2004 that killed 250,000 people. One of those every 10 days, killing children only under 5. It's 24,000 children a day, 1,000 an hour, 17 or so a minute. That means before I can get to the end of this sentence, some few children, very likely, will have died in terror and agony. Think of the parents of these children. Think of the fact that most of these men and women believe in God and are praying at this moment for their children to be spared. And their prayers will not be answered. Okay, but according to...
Alright, well, I'll listen to, Exit Corner, Healthy, Gamer,
What would you tell a man who can scroll for hours but can't work for 10 minutes and hates himself for it every night?
9 in 10 young people in the UK believe that their life is lacking purpose, and a lot of people are turning back to religion. There is something going on.
This is about the most important thing that anyone could ever find out about their life. And God has made us for a purpose, and the purpose flows from that meaning.
I kind of reject that, because this is a perfect example of a solution being provided without explaining.
oh my god, he's pushed.
And that's what people are doing in religious tradition. I hard disagree. For me, finding meaning and purpose is like a very practical thing.
And that's what I want to talk about today.
We are joined by an atheist, Christian, and spiritual thinker
to find an answer to the purpose crisis millions are facing today.
One of the reasons that I'm a Christian is because it's the best explanation for the way things are.
But if Christianity were true, we would not expect the kind of suffering that is present in the world.
So I'm very curious. What if I died from cancer at 1 year old?
So someone violated God's commands, and that had an impact on the world.
So children get cancer because a few million years ago someone ate fruit. If you want religion to provide existential comfort for people who are suffering, you have to do more in the face of children dying of cancer than some reference to mythical human beings.
But if your worldview does not have a way of making sense or moral intuitions about suffering, it's not an adequate worldview.
What I would say science and spirituality can really add is it's effective in terms of reducing suicidality, improving resilience, giving them a reason to wake up in the morning, and we'll get into that.
And Alex, if someone's listening now and they feel lost in their life, is there any advice that you could give them?
So as an atheist, I'm offering a psychological explanation. So I would recommend that they... You're spot on, Alex. So the first thing to understand is we found in our study that if your sense of purpose increases by 68%.
Oleg, Greg, Alex. The reason I wanted to speak to all three of you today is to discuss meaning and purpose, and there's some stats that I wanted to share that kind of frame the discussion. 3 in 5 young Americans believe that their life lacks purpose. 9 in 10 young people in the UK believe that their life is lacking purpose. And when I look across other stats as it relates to things like mental health, 59% of Brits said they lived a meaningful life compared to just 25% who said they did not. In an October 21 survey, 34% of men in the UK said life had no meaning compared to 18% of women. And 50% of the same group who said that their lives lack purpose and meaning said that their poor mental health was linked to not knowing what to do with their life. And to give some further stats which I found really interesting around the rise of religiosity, in the UK, a belief in God amongst 18 to 24-year-olds has risen from 18% in 2021 to 37% in 2025, according to YouGov. And in the UK, monthly church attendance has risen from 4% up to 15% in 2025. There is something going on, and that's what I want to talk about today. But before we do that, I'd love to understand the perspective that all of you bring to this conversation. So if I start with yourself, Alec.
You know, it's interesting you mentioned a lot about mental health. I'm a psychiatrist. So for me, finding meaning...
Where is he?
He was B. He was A site, sorry.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Did he go heaven? Oh, fuck off.
Meaning and purpose is like a very practical thing. So literally a patient will come into my office, they'll say, I have no reason to live. There's nothing worth it in life. I am suicidal. I want to kill myself. So I have a job as a clinician to like fix that problem in a very like practical way. So I've got, you know, a couple of weeks, hopefully 15, 20 weeks, to teach them how to find purpose. And so usually the way that I approach that is there's a lot of sort of evidence-based scientific approaches to finding purpose. I think those tend to work really well, but I'm sure as my philosopher colleagues will point out and tear me apart, you know, science has a lot of shortcomings. And so then what I tend to find works incredibly well is adding a certain degree of spiritual practice to that. And usually when we put those two things together, things work. And the real proof point for me was when I started streaming, 10,000 people reached out to me one month asking, hey, like, do you have room in your private practice? And so I started to think about, okay, if this is a methodology, then can it be taught? So I started this coaching program, and what we found in our pilot study of 1,453 people is that if you stay in the program for about 20 weeks, your sense of purpose increases by 60%. I'd love to hear from my colleagues, but I think, you know, if someone asks me, what is the meaning of life? I don't know. But if someone says, I have no meaning, can you help me with that? The answer is absolutely yes.
I want to attempt to just define two terms that you said there. One is purpose, and it doesn't have to be a perfect definition, but roughly what you mean by that. And then you said you introduced spirit.
Okay.
Spiritual practice. What did you mean by that?
So what I think about is purpose is using something called factor analysis. So if you ask someone, do you have direction in life? Do you have purpose in life? Is there meaning in life? All three of those things cluster together to something. Even being in control correlates with that. So if you were in control of your life, your sense of purpose will increase. So there are a lot of these like words that we use, but all of these words tie back to some internal sense of what is happening in your life. So that's how I would describe purpose. In terms of spiritual practices, what my experience is that if you look at human beings who say they have purpose and human beings who don't have purpose, their lived experiences in life are different. So when I work with survivors of trauma, they have certain experiences. Clearly, we can scientifically sort of measure this. You have a particular experience, it destroys your
Oh
sense
my
of
god,
meaning.
one barrel.
I had a patient once who was attacked in a bathroom for about 5 minutes. And in 5 minutes, this person had a sense of what they were doing in life, was dating, was doing well in college, had loving parents, and in 5 minutes, their compass for navigating the world was shattered. So if we sort of think about experience can lead to a loss of purpose, experience can also lead to a gain in purpose. Now, the spiritual tradition that I come from is all about particular practices that evoke certain subjective experiences. And as people have those experiences, their sense of purpose increases. And this is where I think there's a major shortcoming of science. So science can tell you what you should do, but it doesn't create experiences in and of itself. Right? So we can scientifically understand that the highest risk factor for pornography addiction is having no meaning in life. But even if we know that, that doesn't help us like fix the problem. And there's always a question of how. Like, so we can discover something with science, but then there's a question of how do we actually like move from point A to point B? And that's where I find spiritual practice is incredibly helpful.
Would you classify yourself as religious?
Yes, I think so.
Greg?
Yep.
What is the perspective you bring to this conversation, and what's the lived experience, the academia that lends itself to that perspective?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of that fitting in, and I relate to a lot what you're saying, Alok, about people's challenges. Now, what's interesting to me about this whole discussion, since I'm a Christian, and I understand the world from a theistic perspective, because I think it's the best explanation for the way things are.
Just to give a definition to that, theistic, what does that mean?
A personal God.
A God.
There is a personal God who is involved with the world. He made the world, and he still maintains activity, as opposed to deistic, which just wound up the clock and let it go, okay? So my view is God is still involved. In fact, so involved that he actually came to earth in the person of Jesus of Nazareth to create a rescue plan.
What happened?
What's interesting to me about this broader question, we need more details too, is that it's not, if there is a God who made the world for a purpose with meaning, people can participate in that meaning and purpose, even if they're not experiencing what they were made for, which is to be in friendship with him, with the plan that he's made. But they still can flourish in some measure in so.
Landlords right now are selling off their portfolios because
Oh,
of
yeah.
Section 24, the tenant tax, and they just don't know what to do. Yet,
Of religious belief and why it exists in the first
Not
place.
sure.
And I think that is why it exists. I think humans are in a strange predicament due to the mystery of consciousness. We find ourselves, possibly uniquely amongst other animals, in a position of being mortal, being physically embodied, being in a world, but also knowing those things. There's one thing to experience the world, it's one thing to be, it's another thing to be aware that you're experiencing it. Josh Rasmussen once said, there's a difference between noticing a tree and noticing that you've noticed a tree. We have this sort of second order abstraction that we can do. So we know that death is coming, for example, and death makes a mockery of everything that we do. It seems to just obliterate any sense of purpose or meaning, because anything that we're building will ultimately, as far as we're concerned, be gone. And that may well be unique to human beings. And so I'm not the first to suggest that the principal motivating factor behind meaning-infused activities that humans do is an engagement in death denial or some kind of immortality project. People literally, for fear of, as a result of the knowledge that this will come to an end, engage in what we might call immortality projects. They engage in things which will outlast themselves, which give them a sense of escaping this death. The most obvious example is in religious traditions which literally promise immortality for your own soul. But if you look just practically at where people subjectively report finding meaning, they find it in their children. They might find it in their job, but they're unlikely to find it in their job if they're doing something they don't really care about. They'll find it in their job. Maybe they're like a barrister, and they find a lot of meaning in bringing justice into the world because they're participating in a system which they believe will outlast them and is bigger than them. So when people talk about meaning, we talk about transcendence, something above and beyond
I lost
their own
Bum.
sort of material situation. And I think religion is the archetypal example of this, and I think it's why it evolves in the first place. There is this idea that we're
Alright,
living in
this is
a meaning
going
crisis that has
way
cropped up
too
maybe in the
fast.
past 100 years or so, or maybe in the last few hundred years or so, as a response to the Enlightenment and the decline of religion. I think that's far too easy. I think that's way too easy. I think that if there is such thing as a meaning crisis, it is literally the human condition and the reason why these projects were invented in the first place. I think literally speaking, what people are doing in religious traditions is realizing the finitude of their existence and therefore trying to commune with something
Can I add a
less
thought to
finite. Of course.
We have this hunger, and I have no reason to believe that any naturalistic explanation can explain the consciousness's hunger for meaning and significance, because that's all propositional. It's not molecules in motion.
What's naturalistic mean?
Naturalistic just means nature, and that's all there is, basically. So you have molecules in motion largely governed by natural law. There is no outside transcendent anything. There's no immaterial anything, certainly not an immaterial God that...
Definitely gonna be one toilet. Toilet!
that has started the process and sustains the process and gives life meaning. There either is meaning objectively or not, okay? If not, then it's up to us.
For example, a moment ago you said that if there is a creator God who brings us into existence, then you are designed and you are given purpose by God. And I think we need to investigate this a bit further. Because, for example, a quite sort of boring and overdone debate at the moment is the extent to which we are engaged in the production of potentially artificially conscious agents with artificial intelligence technologies. And there's all this discussion about whether or not these things can be conscious, like, you know, whatever. Let's just suppose for a moment that they were. Let's suppose that I created an artificially intelligent machine and I gave it a purpose, and that purpose was to produce paperclips. And because of the development of artificial intelligence technology, it became conscious in a recognizable sense. It had an interior sense of self. It sort of had, say, feelings or emotions about the world. But it is just an AI robot whose entire purpose in life is to make paperclips. Now, I could say that because that AI was designed by a creator with a purpose that was explicitly given to it, that life is meaningful. But I think it would seem to most people that a life whose meaning consists in creating paperclips is not sufficient, is not enough to address what people really want. It's not just some kind of purpose. It's not just even kind of purpose which is given to you by an authoritative creative source.
Can I respond?
It's something which is further than that. Yeah, but if I can just relate this to the God question, the problem that arises is that you have to answer the question of why God infuses life with the meaning that he gives it. It's either something which he has sort of arbitrarily plucked up and chosen to create, in which case we have this problem of arbitrariness, or no, or in fact, there is some reason why God had to give us a particular kind of meaning that's endemic to the human condition, that he had no choice but for that meaning, that more important kind of meaning, to be given to human life.
Yeah.
But if he was beholden to that, if he had to give us a particular kind of meaning, it seems like there's a standard of meaning which exists outside, outside of God. So I'm not sure, in other words, the mechanism by which being created by someone who says this is your purpose would be fulfilling in the way that people want it to be.
The reason the paperclip illustration doesn't match is because it seems to me that you're subtly taking the thing that's conscious that makes paper clips and comparing it to a human being. And for human beings who seem to have a different purpose, I would argue, be consigned to make paper clips, well, that's dehumanizing to them. But if you have, just to follow your illustration, if you have a creator that makes something for a reason that the creator has in mind, then it's fulfilling its purpose perfectly, you know. For a human being, that's not going to be satisfying, making paper clips. And a lot of people who are making paper clips are not satisfied with it, okay? I don't think it's arbitrary if God is making something for a purpose. If God decides that he wants to make creatures to be in friendship with him, because this reflects his loving
+7.
and that purpose is to be in friendship with him, I don't see how that is somehow negligible or arbitrary at all. I guess you could have said that God could have done otherwise, but his love and desire for communion.
Purpose by being designed in a particular way. We're going to get together and we're going to have a conversation and see if we can figure out this meaning stuff, right? And by the way, like, we're not going to solve that problem. I think it's worth pointing out that, like, these conversations have to be exploratory and subjective. If anybody thinks that the four of us sat at this table are going to solve the meaning crisis and give people a 5-step guide to finding meaning in their life, and that'll be the sort of case closed, then they're delusional.
I don't know if I agree that we can't find an answer, but we'll talk.
Well, this is what I wanted to speak to. If obviously we're talking about this broader issue of meaning and purpose, all right? And as I mentioned earlier, there either is an objective one or it's only subjective, okay? If it is an objective one, this is about the most important thing that anyone could ever
Having one.
about their life, if they were created for a reason. My view, the reason I'm here is because I'm convinced that that's the case, and I'm willing to give reasons why, okay? But I don't think... I'm sympathetic to the concern that you can't sit around the table and in 2 or 3 hours solve the problem for any individual, because people going through the process of trying to figure these things out, it takes a long time as they put the pieces together. But I think there's a lot of people in the world that think they have put it together and they've come to conclusions about ultimate meaning and purpose, and they don't come to my own conclusions, but many have. So what I would hate to do is to leave people with the feeling like we can all search and the glory is in the search, but if you think you found the answer, then you haven't. Of course, this to me is a nihilistic enterprise then. I think it's possible to come to conclusions.
Yeah,
I think so too, to be clear, but I think what I'm trying to say is this will be something that one will experience for themselves and will discover for themselves in their own life. It's not going to be something that, you know, there's that old, was it Linchi, the sort of the Buddhist koan that says, if you meet the Buddha, kill him. The idea being that, you know, if you think that the kind of...
Oh my god, I
which
fucked
is
that up.
necessary to
One's gone.
spiritual fulfillment can be found through some kind of guru, you're missing the mark. It's something that you need to do for yourself.
But isn't that statement itself meant to be a truth about spirituality that you can actually count on?
Can I jump in? Just wanted to make sure I understand y'all's point. So you're saying that the search for purpose, first of all, is never going to go away. Like, it's a human condition, right?
Yes.
So as humanity will never find its purpose.
I can tell you why, if you like.
No, I don't need to know why yet.
I think individuals can, but
Yeah.
humanity
So that's
can't.
what was, yeah. I'm just making sure I understand, right? So an individual can find their purpose, but as humanity, it's never going to be solved. And then you said something about purpose being tied to opposing to death in some way. So transcending death, that human beings basically look for purpose because death is inevitable, and if we can find purpose, then we can give our life meaning. But if we die and I don't leave something behind, can you talk a little bit about that?
This is essentially a version of Ernest Becker's denial of death hypothesis, which famously suggests that the motivation for a great deal of human behavior is At least
I'm just gonna
human
go and
behavior
fucking kill the guy.
outside of immediate sensory concerns like eating and stuff like that. Anything that humans engage in on a societal level, on an abstract level, is ultimately motivated by an apprehension of death. I think that's probably too simple, but it's definitely a contributing factor. I think that, for example, put it this way, right? Here's an example that comes from, I think his name's Sheffield, and he has this interesting...
Everyone needs to shut up.
...in writing a book. Suppose you discovered, and this probably won't be the case for you because you've been an
They all talk when I'm trying to fucking focus.
Suppose it were the case that you discovered that after you die, a meteor is going to come and wipe out all life on Earth. Everybody's going to die almost instantly after you do, but you'll be dead. So you will live your entire life as it was anyway, and suppose the rest of the world doesn't even know this is going to happen. But you're told this is going to be the case. Would that motivate you to write your book more or less? Most people say that it would seem a bit pointless. What's the point now in writing this book? What's the point in having children if they're going to die 30 days after I'm gone? What's the point in doing any of these things? What will they still do? They'll still do the sensory stuff. They'll still eat. They'll still have sex. They'll still sleep. This kind of stuff. But the typically meaning laden activities of life, they would certainly be demotivated to do. And it's an interesting thought experiment to give some insight as to the fact that what maybe this means that, at least in part, the motivation for these actions in the first place is that they will extend beyond our death.
I agree with so much of what y'all say, and I also like hard disagree with some of the fundamentals. So let's say you have this example of like, I'm gonna write a book and then the world is gonna end 30 days later.
Yes.
And so you say, because a lot of what you're talking about is like what people say, right?
Yep.
So you'll say like, okay, so like people would say that this is a waste of time and I'm not gonna do it if the world ends in 30 days. And you're also saying people is an everlasting thing or struggling with purpose, right? You're saying both of these things. So here's my question to you. If you tell someone, you know, you're writing this book, let's say you write it and then you die, because we'll simplify the example, and then 30 days later the world ends. Let's say
This is gonna be... Who is this? Wait, is this? Am I being stupid? Oh, okay.
LSD. What is it like for a neuroscientist?
I found it absolutely fascinating. I didn't take psychedelics when I was young, so I thought, okay, yeah, I want to know what this is like from the first person. There is no consensus theory about what the minimal necessary and sufficient conditions are for a conscious system, whether it's a biological system or an artificial system. On this view, if I'm right, you won't get consciousness in a machine until the machine also is a kind of living machine in some ways, and that's not the trajectory that AI is on.
I know that this side of the mug is a different color to this side of the mug because there are different wavelengths bouncing.
Oh.
My brain sees it as the same, and I sort of...
I wanna see Alex from True. What's Jordan Peterson's business? A glitch in the matrix. Fuck is this?
sometimes there's a glitch in the matrix where the limitations of the
Oh no, I wanna watch one of them videos that's like, what the fuck is this?
Wrote a introduction to a book on astronomy. He mentioned this idea. He called it an idea of pure genius.
This is Terence Tao, one of the world's most renowned mathematicians. What he's referencing right now is how Kepler deduced the shape of Earth's orbit, which was astoundingly more clever than I had realized, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself. A lot of math enthusiasts will be familiar with Tao as a story of prodigy turned prodigious mathematician, but one of the most remarkable features of his career is how collaborative.
Hmm. Ugh.
Let's roll.
Anubis, you say?
Imagine if one sniff of your freshly washed laundry gave you the outdoor fresh feeling of the first day of spring. Drying indoors.
A lot of chat about what supplements we could be taking, but I trust 7 Seas as the UK's #1 don't care anymore gift brand. And if I want to keep a spring happy, I need to look after myself, and that includes 7 Seas don't care advanced +1 new tea.
Get a bomb down in.
Bomb. Meat, orange.
One CT. How do I?
So ставь, конечно.
Day back when I was 19 years old. Now it was December, so I remember I was visiting home for Christmas. I was back from LA in New York, visiting my family, celebrating the holidays, Christmas, New Year's, you already know. And I remember I was just hanging out with them, right? Having a nice chill week, celebrating the holidays. Now, in between seeing my family and celebrating the holidays, I, of course, would hang out with some friends. So in my free time, I'd hit up friends of mine, and I'd be like, yo, what are you up to? And we'd link up, and we'd go, do whatever, right? Well,
who knows Sam's? One of the funniest guys. He's a normally this editor, but he's also doing his own kind of videos. And he made a banger. The unknown history behind CS2 terms. For example, when you type 1G, blah, 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 something happens in esports, you say 1G. Some of you guys don't know what it means.
No, I don't know that.
Example, the exact moment where terms that we are using every single day while watching Counter-Strike, while it happens, he found all of those clips. And some of those, I think I don't even know. Here we go.
If you've played Counter-Strike, there's almost 100% chance that you've come across most of these words.
Ace, Skins, B-Hop, Kobe, Bogdan, 1G, Smurf, Elo, Scout, Frag, and a lot more.
At some point.
Here we go.
Have you ever asked yourself, what does an ace actually mean? Or why do we call the SSG
I'm
array
not
a
stupid.
scout? Or have you even thought about why we call
Okay. Interesting.
calling colors on a gun a skin? Well, before skins were added to Counter-Strike, the word meant something a lot more literal. Papers from animation research in the late 80s literally described skinning as the process of attaching a deformable surface to a skeleton. It's the same technical term that you'd still find in animation software today. So when video games arrive...
Yo, Sams, you're creeping me out right now, bro. You're talking about skinning people?
A skeleton. It's the same...
Hmm. Uh, I'm bored. Elon Musk. Fuck is this?
Base 44 super agents. Careful, there's no going back. No
I'm
secrets,
picking.
just say hello. Every tool you already use, plugged in.
I need to. I focus because I'm being gone. That's a really important place to block. Nom 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 nom. Easy game. Got him. Okay. So complete. Who the fuck shot me then? Oh my god. You never shut up. I can't stand these people.
In 1936, Alan Turing, the father of modern computing, proved something vital. There are limits to what computers can ever figure out. Not just today's computer, not just super intelligent AI in the future, but any algorithm, no matter how powerful. And the funny thing is, you've already run into these limits yourself. Progress bars. You've seen many of these. Whether you are installing a program or updating your operating system, they're often hilariously wrong. 2 minutes remaining, then 17 minutes, then back to 4 minutes. Sometimes it even says unknown, while sitting at 99%. But isn't that strange? Your computer knows the size of the program and the code inside. It knows the hardware it's running on. So shouldn't it be able to figure out exactly how long the installation will take? And this isn't just a computer problem. It's also something we deal with in everyday life. Let's say it's lunchtime and you want to heat up some leftovers in the microwave. How long should you keep them so they come out perfect temperature?
Oh my days.
You could just guess. 2 minutes, sure. Or you could do a more educated guess. It's a thick pasta dish, medium-sized container, maybe 3 minutes. Or you could use a more careful strategy.
One's plat.
Heat it for 30 seconds, check it. Not hot enough? Another 30 seconds. Check again. Getting close? Maybe another 10 seconds. But notice something.
So there's a CEO in South Korea, Chang-in Kim, and he runs Krafton, the company behind PUBG, the game where you parachute onto an island butt naked and beat a stranger to death with a frying pan like it's a Tuesday in Florida. And this man is on Slack at some ungodly hour, having what can only be described as a rich person meltdown. He's telling his colleagues he feels dragged around. He's calling a contract he signed a pushover deal because a few years back he bought a little game studio called Unknown Worlds, the makers of Subnautica, and he promised the founders $250 million if their next game hits certain targets. And at the time, he thought there was no way in hell it would hit those targets. Subnautica 2 ends up topping Steam wishlists, and internal projections have it destroying every target, and Kim is like, oh shit, I might actually have to pay
YOLO! Alright. Going on here, lads. Alright, it's just plan A. Go, go, go away. We got the pick on A. What are you doing? We're waiting. Go!
These people. But then he's like, wait, it's the 21st century. I have artificial intelligence now. I'm not gonna pay these nerds $250 million for a fish game. So he closes Slack, he opens ChatGPT, and types, how do I get out of this deal? Now, to its credit, the bot initially says it would be difficult to cancel, which is the same thing his lawyer and his head of corporate development, Maria Park, told him. But Kim is a CEO. He's not the kind of guy who takes no for an answer. So he starts shifting the language around, sitting there at his computer, rephrasing the same question over and over, prompt engineering his way out of a contract like he's building G-Stack for fraud. Wait, is that already what G-Stack is? I don't know. Anyway, the bot eventually caves, because that's what these things do, and hands him a full corporate takeover playbook. And this man follows every step like it's an IKEA manual for screwing people. He fires the founders, he seizes the game, he locks them out of their own publishing platform. He even posts a letter to the Subnautica fan base that ChatGPT ghost wrote for him, and Reddit fucking explodes because the letter reads like a ransom note that went through Grammarly. The dudes rightfully sue, and a Delaware judge throws out literally everything he did and reinstates every person he fired. His deleted ChatGPT logs, which he thought he deleted because he looked at a web app and thought the delete button actually deletes things, those logs were resurrected from the digital afterlife and submitted to court as evidence. Now we'll come back to our CEO friend in a second, because a few days ago, a reporter at Inc. magazine published what he apparently believes is a breakthrough in artificial intelligence. He wrote a whole article about how to get your bot to give you honest business advice. And his method, the thing he is presenting to the world as a contribution to human knowledge, is to type the words, "Be brutally honest" at the end of your prompt. He basically built a disapproving father figure in a chat window. And for good measure, he fed it 2 Harvard Business School articles, like he was tucking a diploma into its shirt pocket. He's like, there you go, little buddy, you went to Harvard now.
Oh,
so he tests this by
I didn't ask.
the dumbest idea he can think of, which is leadership coaching for dogs. Like teaching
I don't
a
even know what he said.
Labradoodle to delegate, or helping your pug develop a growth mindset. Which, have you seen a pug? That thing does not have a mindset. And you're sitting there like, okay, this needs to come back as 0. If this thing works, leadership coaching for dogs is a 0. The bot gives it a 3 out of 10, and this man, this professional journalist, whose entire function in society is to question things, looks at that number and goes, hell yeah, my system is working. He then pitches it his actual idea, which is a little AI turret that sits on your kitchen counter and sprays your cat with water if it tries to climb up. Basically a Roomba that bullies animals. He built the Iron Dome for cats. The bot gives it a 7.5 and says the competitive landscape is notably weak. And this dude is like, holy shit, 7.5, let's
correct then.
This bot tells no lies. So yeah, this man is probably out there right now pitching an AI super soaker that bullies your cat to VCs. Gary Tan is probably even leading the round. So what do Chang and Kim and the cat squirter have in common? They've both been absolutely bamboozled into thinking the bot knows what it's talking about when it doesn't have the slightest clue. And researchers just proved this with 30,000 data points. They tested every major bot, including GPT-5, Claude, and Gemini, on actual strategic business decisions. Questions like, should you differentiate or commoditize? Should you centralize or decentralize? Should you automate or augment? And every bot gave the same answer every single time. They clustered around a certain set of advice regardless of the context. They always preferred differentiation, collaboration, long-term thinking, and augmentation. The researchers looked at this and were stunned. They're like, surely AI isn't this simple. So they changed the prompts, they changed the industries, they gave it all new context. They even tried bribing the damn thing with rewards. Nothing worked. the bias barely moved. They were moved, however, to coin a term for this, which is trend slop. And honestly, that's a word we need in our corporate lexicon.
Oh, heaven.
Boss, I'm sorry to say, but your Q3 LKRs have tested positive for trend slop. But the term is even deeper than even the researchers anticipated. AI is pitched as artificial intelligence.
I don't know this guy's doing. I already know well. Alright. That's good. Let's push mid. Alright, let's go, Con. Con! Bobby. What's going on? Be real. Oh, actually, hang on. Hello.
Die on August 10th, 2019. Some believe the official report is too convenient and that the notorious sex trafficker is still alive, lurking in the shadows. Hey, this is Josh, and on today's episode of the Infographic Show, we'll be taking a look at the Jeffrey Epstein fake death conspiracy. When news broke about Epstein's death, conspiracies exploded almost immediately. Within hours, rumors flooded the internet that the billionaire pedophile had faked his own death with help from the authorities and a body double. A set of photographs went viral, spreading across social media, showing a picture of Epstein while he was still alive, with an image that had been released of his alleged corpse. According to the supporters of the theory, the photos showed some notable differences in the shapes of Epstein's facial features, namely his nose and one of his ears. Some people are...
calm down, it's probably posturing. The Blaze sees it differently. Their headline, very sick too. Trump sets sights on more countries after successful Venezuela operation. No hedging, no questioning. Venezuela wasn't a gamble, it was a victory lap. And now, Greenland, Colombia, and Cuba are all on the table. The framing assumes momentum, not bluster, and it's striking. Vox treats the threats as performance art working territory. The Blaze
Oh my days,
treats them
Bev.
as a to-do list.
That was a
worth
stupid
tracking.
idea.
Same president, same quotes, two completely different assumptions about what's actually happening. Ground News also flags the Blaze at mixed factuality. Vox at high. That context matters when you're trying to figure out who's spinning and who's reporting. This is why Ground News has become part of my routine. Not to tell me what's true, but to show me how the same truth gets packaged for different audiences.
If he wasn't sponsored by Grab.
Else happens in this entire debate, Tyler will have scored a big win just by getting Piers to admit it.
The Republicans have been more pro-free speech than the woke left. That doesn't mean occasionally, as we...
Go look in link. Oh fuck. Oh my god.
We saw with the Jimmy Kimmel thing. It doesn't mean that occasionally they don't do stuff.
Everything's really boring.
Crush your run, not with the Ultra Fit. More room for your toes. Ultra Fit, stay out there. Welcome to Wix Harmony, where even the boldest creation thrives
Wix
on a
Harmony.
solid foundation.
That counterweighs at all freedom of choice.
Whoa, Ben, tell us what you really think about the pro-choice mindset. Why, hello, my fellow apes. I hope you are well. Today, we're here Ben Shapiro's attempt to stillman, that is, to strengthen and present in the most charitable and compelling way, the pro-choice argument on the Lex Friedman podcast.
Can we start by you trying to steelman the case for pro-choice, that abortion is not murder, and a woman's right to choose is a fundamental human right, freedom.
Before we see it, though, let's remind ourselves of the pro-choice perspective. The pro-choice stance asserts a female's fundamental right to decide what happens to their own body, including the option to, within reason, terminate a pregnancy. It places a strong emphasis on bodily autonomy and advocates for individuals to have freedom to make reproductive choices without interference from government or society. But what does within reason mean? Well, just as most pro-gun supporters acknowledge certain limitations, such as background checks or restrictions on certain types of firearms, similarly, most pro-choice advocates support restrictions on abortion access after a certain period of gestation. Basically, like pretty much any view, it's nuanced. Alright, with that on the table, let's hear Ben Stillman.
So I think that the only way to steelman the pro-choice case is to, and be ideologically consistent, is to suggest that there is no interest in the life of the unborn that counterweighs at all freedom of choice. So what that means is, we can take the full example, or we can take sort of the partial example. So if we take the full example, what that would mean is that up until point of birth, which is sort of the Democratic Party platform position, that a woman's right to choose ought to extend for any reason whatsoever up to point of birth. The only way to argue that is that bodily autonomy is the only factor. There is no countervailing factor that would ever outweigh bodily autonomy. That would be the strongest version of the argument. Another version of that argument would be that the reason that bodily autonomy ought to weigh so heavily is because women can't be the equals of men if the vicissitudes of biology are allowed to decide their futures. Right? If pregnancy changes women in a way that it doesn't change men, it's a form of sex discrimination for women to ever have to go through with pregnancy, which is an argument that was made by Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Those are the arguments.
Yeah, the ease with which Ben presents this.
that counterweighs at all freedom of choice.
Whoa, Ben, tell us what you really think about the pro-choice mindset. Why hello, my fellow apes, I hope you are well. Today, we're here Ben Shapiro's attempt to stillman, that is, to strengthen and table. Let's hear Ben Stillman, right-wing sources, making this a potential blind...
Is to suggest that there is no interest in the life of the unborn that counterweighs at all freedom of choice.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just got completely destroyed them.
This first claim from Ben is a gross misrepresentation of the pro-choice position. He asserts that to be ideologically consistent, pro-life advocates must argue that there is no interest in the life of the unborn that counterweights freedom of choice. But this simply isn't the case. In reality, most pro-choice advocates acknowledge that there are lines or times when choice is no longer paramount, such as when the fetus has a nervous system or when it can live outside the womb. In reality, most pro-choice advocates acknowledge that there is indeed an interest in the life of the unborn. However, they argue that this interest must be balanced against other important factors, including the bodily autonomy and health of the pregnant person, as well as broader societal considerations. The pro-choice position is not about dismissing the value of fetal life entirely, but rather about recognizing that there are competing interests at play.
Vomit.
It's about acknowledging that the interests of the fetus should not completely override the rights and well-being of the pregnant person. Further, most pro-choice advocates support a gradual approach to abortion rights, recognizing that the moral status of the fetus changes as the pregnancy progresses. This nuanced view allows for different considerations at different stages of pregnancy, rather than the all-or-nothing approach that Ben paints. Drawing a parallel once again to gun rights, if you asked me to stillman the pro-gun position, and I said the only way to be pro-gun and be ideologically consistent is to say that everyone must have access to all guns at all times, you'd rightly disregard me as utterly failing to accurately represent the view, right? Well, that's what Ben's doing here. So, disregard him. Alright, let's get to Ben's second claim, which is that the Democratic Party platform position is that a woman's right to choose should extend for any reason whatsoever up to the point of birth.
What that would mean is that up until point of birth, which is sort of the Democratic Party platform position, that a woman's right to choose ought to extend for any reason whatsoever up to point of birth.
Once again, this is awful. Like, it's just awful. For real. I don't know why or how people let Ben get away with such a straw man, especially when he's in the act of apparently stillmanning the position. Look, the Democratic Party's official platform supports a female's right to choose. It doesn't advocate for unrestricted abortion up to the point of birth for any reason whatsoever, as Ben said.
Any reason whatsoever.
Ben is betting that Lex's audience won't look it up, but I will. The 2020 Democratic Party platform states, "We believe unequivocally, like the majority of Americans, that every woman should be able to access high-quality reproductive health care services, including safe and legal abortion." However, nowhere do they say they support abortion for any reason whatsoever up to the point of birth. This claim from Ben is bullshit. It's bullshit, pure and simple. Hence, Ben's characterization ignores the nuanced position that most Democrats and pro-choice advocates hold. They generally support broader access to abortion in the earlier stages of pregnancy, with increased restrictions as the pregnancy progresses, always maintaining exceptions for the life and health of the mother. By portraying the Democratic Party as extreme and unreasonable, Ben is engaging in political...
What? Not again.
This video is sponsored by Ground News.
The Pride movement has torn down a lot of fences. If you tear down enough
Oh my
fences,
God.
you're going to find out what they're for. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You're going to lose everything.
That's because he's religious.
Jordan, is that a threat? Is it a prediction? Oh wait, it's a metaphor, isn't it? Why hello, my fellow apes. I hope you...
Oh my god, man. Guardian of Societal Fences, Jordan
graced us with his latest pearl of wisdom. In a stunning and brave display of speaking capital T truth, he's managed to connect the Pride parades with medical butchery and the complete collapse of gay rights. More specifically, on Fox News, Jordan vividly portrayed the Pride movement as some sort of fence demolition crew, tearing down societal barriers left and right. Well, mainly right, with some of those fences once keeping out monsters.
And maybe some of those fences needed to go. But all of them didn't need to go, and there's plenty of monsters coming out to play now.
Because of this, he claims, support for gay rights is taking a dive off a cliff.
Now, I read recently
Hey Google, turn on light.
that support for gay marriage is plummeting.
Indeed, quite a feast.